bar. Hi, for bugging me every single competition sophomore year about my nail polish. I don't know what I'd do without you. To Mr. Hillhouse, thank you for being the most ridiculously loud, obnoxious director I have ever seen. I don't know how I'll be able to deal next year without getting handed your wallet and your keys daily without hearing the words, "I quit." You've helped us improve this band so much, and we're pretty lucky to have you. To Mr. Bailey, thank you for being my second father. In the 468 hours we've been here, you managed to make this band room a home. We're also grateful for everything that you've done for us. Thank you, seniors, for dealing with me the past 4 years. It's not a goodbye, but I'll see you later.
My freshman year, I remember sitting out in the audience listening to senior poems and thinking to myself, man, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to say in 3 years when it's finally my turn. At the time, I was sad to see all the wonderful seniors leaving, but I was also excited for the 3 more years I had left and all the adventures that were yet to come. Looking back now as I stand up here in front of you all, preparing for the last home football game of my senior year, I can't help but wonder where the time has gone. The older I get, the faster it seems to fly. But I rest my case. I'm sure you would all love to hear me ramble some more, but I don't want to keep anybody waiting, so let's get to the point. To sum up 4 years of marching band memories in a couple of minutes is tough. Near impossible, actually, but I will do my best. To me, marching band has been the hardest work and toughest commitment that I've ever experienced, but it has also been the most rewarding. I'm not going to lie, I did not enjoy the early call times, the long rehearsals, calluses, and sore everything. But I stuck with marching band anyway, because of the awesome friends I have made, the amazing staff who have gone above and beyond to ensure that our band is always as successful as can be, all the laughter and fun times that these 4 years have brought, and the great feeling of accomplishment after every performance, win or lose, although the wins were better. Perhaps the biggest reason I committed the majority of my life to marching band, and this still holds true today, is the amazing sense of pride it gives me to pull that uniform over my chest. I have felt incredible getting to be a part of something bigger than just myself these past 4 years, and I will carry the memories of this unique and incredible experience forever. Now I just want to take a moment to thank my parents, Mr. Bailey, Mr. Hillhouse, Mr. Swanson, and Mr. Donahue for their continuous support along the way. I also want to thank the band moms, band dads, and the music boosters for providing constant assistance to help make sure the band always has everything it needs in order to succeed. I also want to thank all of my incredible friends I have made these past 4 years for the memories I have had the pleasure of sharing with you all. Without all of you in my life, I honestly can't say I would have become the person that I am today. I also want to thank you, Mike and Cameron, better known as my Quad Squad, and the rest of the drumline for making my senior marching season the best possible, and a year I am very proud of. I don't know about all of you, but as for me, for the rest of my life, whenever I hear the words "with pride," they will echo in my head and send a chill up my spine, because I will recall with pride that I was and always will be a part of the Sandburg Marching Eagles.
I just have some random experiences I had in band. So bus rides. 2 years ago when bus 1 broke down every 2 minutes on the way to New York. Yes. That one time, freshman year, was so impeded in a bottle because, U of I bus rides are that long. The endless number of people throwing up on the buses. And the annual U of I bus potluck. The changing rooms before every game. Shout out to all the girls who braided everyone's hair because I needed that. And the changing rooms were where I learned the most stressful phrase of my life. Hey ladies, you have 3 minutes to get to the band room. Jazz band. Getting lost in every single school we went to. And watching Sharknado.
Individual. I'd just like to thank Mr. Bailey, Mr. Hillhouse, Mr. Swanson, and Mr. Nolan Donahue for providing such a wonderful program. The only thing I regret about this whole time here in marching band is deciding to write this entire senior poem shebang at 1 a.m. this morning. And I'm not kidding, I really wrote this morning. I'm very thankful for them as they've taught me, motivated me, and put up with me for 4 years. Band has also allowed me to pursue drumming and percussion surrounded by great staff, and it's also provided me my greatest friends. They've stuck with me Through thick and thin, I'll never forget all the time I've spent with them, especially Tim Chesna and Joe Mahalik. You two are like brothers to me, and I have no idea where I'd be without you guys. Going to Extreme Trampoline and Dishing Turnabout was one of the best nights of my life, and I would not have wanted to spend that day with anyone else. Mark, Tony, and Jake DiMatteo, we've been great friends since junior high. I have no idea where the time went. The time on the field would not be the same without you guys' goofy comments. Hey, Mark, remember the Science Pals when we almost burned your house down?
Yeah. Does Dad know about that?
Yeah, I remember that. Sarah Gunness, you are the most amazing person on the face of the earth. She motivates me to be better than I was the day before, and I have no idea how you put up with my shenanigans daily. You're the best. These individuals and many others are what made my band experience great, along with the actual band part of it. The Marching Eagles will always be a part of it.
After being out there my freshman year and seeing all these seniors give their poems and say how they didn't write it till 1 a.m., I told myself I was going to go home and think of all the cool things that happened freshman year and write them down. Well, I didn't do that. Anyways, freshman year, Nathan Bailey tried to jump over a bass drum, and that didn't work out too well. And then at U of I, a gong fell on my foot, and that hurt pretty bad too. Sophomore year was when Mr. Swanson and I became best friends. And junior year was full of jokes and lots of Taco Bell. Way too much Taco Bell. And senior year is coming to an end, and I look back, and there's just too much to put in this small speech. I would like to thank the directors, Mr. Bailey, Mr. House, Mr. Swanson, Mr. Donahue, and all the other people that have helped us as a total band and as the drumline individually throughout all 4 years. And to Joe Mahalik, again, I'm not even going to try to explain anything. No. To Joey Diamatama, yeah, you told me to put you in here, so you are. You guys?
Yeah, I'm going to audition for you guys.
Okay. And Mike Hudson, are you the... Look at me. Look at me. Are you the captain of the timpani? Yes. Okay, and Bobby Crowley, I don't want your napkins. I never ever want your napkins. That's Eric Ennis. Thanks for helping me keep in time, and I gotta go somewhere. Jake, thanks for being my best friend since like 5th grade. Good time. And to my band in the back somewhere, or wherever you are, let's make it a good game. And to Heather, thanks for helping me learn my vibe part for Rock and Royal. I don't know, I still don't really know it that well, but I know it less without you. Yeah,
It's your boy, Bobby. Wow, my senior year already? Well, I can say it's gone by way too quickly. I can remember back to my freshman year when I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I didn't know what a sousaphone was. I didn't know what a quarter note was, or any other nerdy band term just inserted there. Yeah, I didn't even know what a B-flat was, or how to play it. I had awesome seniors who guided me and helped me not only become a better player, but a better person. Sophomore year, as I said goodbye to my senior friends, I also made new ones. But once junior year hit, I had to step things up. Since I was now the upperclassman, I had to mentor the incoming freshmen, and it was hard but worth it. Now it is senior year, and it's one of the best and toughest years I've had in marching band. With having 5 new sousaphones, it brought on a lot more responsibilities and challenges, like trying to get every player a sousaphone. It took 2 months. But this wasn't a one-man job. If I didn't have Mike Hudson or Steve Fetchner or the rest of the crew, I don't even want to think what would happen. I couldn't have asked for a better group of guys to play with. And now that this is my last year at Sandburg, I finally see how much I've grown and how much I'm going to miss this place. But before I end, I have to say some jokes that no one will probably get, but oh well. Mike Hudson, what's up, homie? You disgrace. Sousaphones. Keys! Mike Fierkowski. Hey, buddy, old pal. It's your boy, Bobby. How's the belly button? Sousaphones. Play louder! Joe, hey, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Where do I put this? And Joe, you put the, oh gosh, okay. Sarah, super fab. Also, it's a chicken taco, not a chicken wrap. Michelle, join the sousaphones. Mark, it's your boy Bobby. And nice tooth. Also, napkins aren't stupid. Mike, hey Mike, how's the jaw? You're a disgrace. Mr. Tabor, you're a disgrace. Oh, and Mike, we're not fat, we're fluffy. Tim Williams, how's the ginger beard? And to Mark, while we're on the topic of ginger, Mark, Mr. Hillhouse, it's a long story, but sorry for leaving bleach in C102. Also, nice tie. Is it in like the tie shirt combo pack that I've been talking about? Let's see. Also, may the force be with you. And Mr. Bailey, thanks for not giving up on me, and thanks for building me up from nothing into the musician I am today. You've taught me an endless number of things, and I'll never forget them. Thank you for listening. Once an Eagle, always an Eagle. Go Eagles.
All right, this is going to be quick. So over the past few months, you may have heard of that kid who's allergic to snow, or that kid in a Mexican lawn mowing gang, or that kid with, quote, that jaw thing. Those refer to me. I would like to formally introduce myself. My name is Hike Mudson. I'm the assistant to the sousaphone section leader. Over the next minute and 30 seconds, be prepared to not understand half of what I am saying. Sorry. Freshman year, I learned, when asked where are we, the correct answer is the band room. I also learned that apple picking does not count as an excused absence. I also learned not to throw axe cans while changing into uniform. And if you do, blame the wrong person until the offender admits. Also, Mr. Bailey, sorry for half the band completely ruining practice during a monsoon. I promise you I was not out there. Now sophomore year. At this time, I would like to remember a fallen sousaphone brother. Literally fallen. Is Cameron Campson okay? Bobby, he must be, because here comes the mall cop. I would like to note, Bobby Crowley was wearing a band shirt that day, so technically the Carl Sandburg High School marching band got thrown out of the mall. Please take that seriously, everyone in marching band. Also, Sarah Kennis joined our section that year just to leave the year after. Thanks, Sarah. Also, I will never forget how I was given the almighty taco truck, which I lost, but do not worry, seniors, it will make an appearance at prom pictures. Now we move on to junior year. Oh, wait. Did I skip? Oh, wait, no, one more thing. Sophia, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Oh! Okay, now we move on to junior year. Hey, seniors, when I say articulation, you say ding. Articulation. Ding! Go band. Okay, thanks. Senior year. Erica, you literally came back for a dance solo. Good job. Mike, Joe, I'm the captain of the company. Mark, always remind me to sign in pen. And I guess that's it so far, because we still got a long year ahead of us. Lastly, Jenna, sorry about your parents. I'll be quick. Jenna, sorry about your parents. And when do you think you're going to be starting on Do You Think You're a Christian? To the students, I will miss you guys. Fuzzy, I hope you remember your lessons in tranquilizing section members. I'm just kidding, parents. To Mr. Bailey, Mr. Hillhouse, and Miss Sarmiento, thank you for dealing with me. I'm very sorry. And lastly, one thing to remember. If your question is, do we have band practice today? The answer is most likely yes.
So to start, I wrote a hokey poem. This is mostly for the parents. In the great white room, there's a piano and a timpani that goes boom, and pictures of past adventures better than The Sopranos, and all of my friends sitting on blue chairs, and directors and a white projector, and an overflowing lost and found, and many musical songs, and an unorganized music library with shoes in the ceiling, and sisters and brothers and friendships like no other. Goodbye band room, goodbye practice rooms, goodbye to the timpani that goes boom. Oh my gosh. Goodbye on the walls, goodbye to the ceiling so tall. Goodbye rehearsals, goodbye whiteboard, goodbye harmonized chords. Goodbye instruments, goodbye euphoniums with dents. Goodbye blue chairs, goodbye directors that care. Then I found a letter that I wrote to Mr. Bailey after my freshman year. But before I read it, I cannot express enough gratitude to my parents for being at every possible performance, and for teaching me independence and shaping me to be the person that I am. See if I can hold it together.
Not a chance.
Mr. Bailey, I wrote this after my freshman year. Although I will see you all summer, you have a month-ish left of not seeing me. So I thought that I should thank you for the years since you came to Central in 8th grade, because that was needed. If you remember, this year I wasn't sure if I was going to join cheerleading or band, and I have clearly made the right choice. I have found my place, made my friends, gotten closer with some, and I owe it all to you. You have been beyond magnificent. You have a beyond magnificent band program, and even better, a caring atmosphere. Everyone that comes in that band room, no matter how long they have been in band or if they're not, they see smiles and hear laughter. Kids know that band is their second home. All year, we are told to keep a teacher in mind that have been troubled through your high school career, or you need someone to talk to and you can go to them. You've been that person. I know I can always come to you, Mr. Bailey. My life is a million times easier knowing simply that I have so many adults in my life that are there to help me and push me to get through high school. I wouldn't be able to imagine my life differently. You set an amazing example for kids around you and every other adult. I don't think anyone truly understands how much you do daily and overall. Thank you for an unforgettable first year and for many more to come.
You kind of had it together, but then we
I'm ready.
A summary of my high school career. 18 regular season football games, 17 competitions, 7 parades, and hours upon hours of practices. But what I've come to realize is that summing up something that took up what seemed like every single waking moment of the past 4 years is a lot harder than I imagined it would be. 4 years I came to this program mainly because Abby forced me to join, and now here I am as a senior, unable to escape the realm of band. And now I know I say I hate band, and I hate band kids a lot more than a band kid should, but in all honesty, being in this program has given me some of the best memories that have highlighted my high school years. For example, freshman year, when I met some of the people that have remained my best friends throughout high school. Or sophomore year, when we went to the ever-so-famous Dwight Harvest Days parade and competition. And junior year, when Abby, Eric, and Steve took it upon themselves to start taking bad pictures of me daily. And finally, senior year, when the Baritones actually won section of the week after the first week of band camp, believe it or not. Woo! Being in band has also given me some of the best friends I could ever ask for. But just a heads up to the underclassmen, if you become super close to any of the people who are grades ahead of you, be prepared to cry a lot at their senior night and graduation, just like I did last year. Abby, I actually sort of want to thank 8th grade you for forcing me to keep with band in high school, but I'm not going to. Erica, thanks for coming back. Come here often?
Oh, so often.
Mackle, although only a quarter of me actually likes you, don't turn up too much without me next year. Julia, I only feel obligated to say something towards you since you're my sister. So congrats on showing up to a total of about 5 practices this year. Oh. Special shout out to Jake Marshall for trying to help me pass math. Sorry it didn't work out how we planned. And finally to the Baritones, thank you for putting up with my constant complaining and confusion. You guys are seriously like siblings to me and I love you all. And finally, if I've learned 3 things during these past 4 years, it's that one more time never really means one more time. The DVDs are always $15, and that'll always have a home here in the band room.
Band is basically the soundtrack to our high school careers. The pep band was the first thing we heard as freshmen walking into the gym on that first day of school. Band will be the last thing we hear when we walk across that stage in a few short months. Most of my high school memories, positive and negative, are associated with band. Starting out freshman year, during our last practice of the summer, when the sky opened up and the driver's ed lot literally flooded, the day we all joined the swim team. Or sophomore year, when we ventured to New York. Starting off the trip with the buses breaking down countless amounts of times, our room having no light bulbs and no towels, the toilet overflowing not once, but twice, and when me and the girls in my room got locked out of the room at 2 a.m. That was a fun one to explain to Miss Sarmiento. I always remember Thursday night ladies. Then we ventured on the glorious path leading to my personal favorite destination, the 8th wonder of the world, none other than Dwight, Illinois. Even when it's not raining, it's raining. Junior year came and went with only about 3 of my band locker locks being stolen, and my marching baritone, but that eventually showed back up in my locker. Don't exactly know where it went. Senior year has been a year of its own. Just thinking about all the times we've put on these uniforms, Joe, how tragic would it be if we died in these things? Somehow, by the end of my 4 years, I have 5 individual spats and 7 individual gloves. I don't know how that happened, considering I've only bought 1 pair of each. Now, standing here with all of my fellow seniors, some I have known since preschool, others just 4 short years. It's been quite a journey, but I never imagined our journey would begin with an 8 to 5 step.
Oh my God!
I don't want to follow that. Okay. I truly believe marching band has its ups and downs. The downs include having a competition on your 18th birthday, 5-hour Saturday practices, and never getting that dance solo Mr. Bailey promised you since freshman year. But let me assure you that the positives in being in band outweigh the negatives. I've met so many amazing people and made friendships I'm sure will last a lifetime. My freshman year, I continuously told my parents how much I hated band, and they told me if I still felt this way after my sister graduated, I could quit. Then the sophomore year rolled around, and my sister, along with many of my close friends, were getting ready to graduate. I was extremely sad and bitter about them leaving, and I didn't want to stay in band without all of them being there. I quit my junior year, and let me tell you all something. The football games, they're not as fun. I was in the stands watching the band, having a blast, while I was surrounded by a bunch of sweaty boys screaming at each other and claiming to be super fans. You guys are the real super fans, and I am more than grateful to be a part of this program. The last negative thing about marching band is it takes you all 4 years to realize how much you love it. So ladies and gentlemen, take my advice from someone who claims or once thought that they hated marching band. Oh, I lost my spot. Well, that's unfortunate. These rehearsals may be long, and yeah, it's borderline child abuse having us come to a 5-hour Saturday morning rehearsal after a football game. And the call time this morning was really cruel, but these are the moments of your high school career that you're going to remember and cherish forever. Before you know it, you will all be up here reading your senior poems you wrote the night senior poems were due in front of your whole band. Before I get cut off by Mr. Swanson for taking too long, I have a few quick thank yous. Thank you to Sarah, Nick, Mike, and Nathan for everything you've done for me. I know you guys all had to graduate and attempt to become adults, but I appreciate and miss you all dearly. My sophomore year was the best because of all of you. To Jenna and Abby, I love you both and thank you for making my last year of band great. Stay true, ladies. To Sarah Johnson, thank you for not only learning all of your drill coordinates, but mine as well. I'm sorry, Mr. Swanson, I swear to God I'm almost done. Okay, thank you for learning mine as well. You were always there to point me in the right direction, literally. And to Sherilyn, thank you for listening to me and putting up with my obnoxious dancing this whole season. I know you didn't have much of a choice since you were the spot right next to me, but your efforts didn't go unnoticed. A big thank you goes to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stuart Bailey. Thank you for everything you have done for this band and me these past 4 years, technically 3 in my case. I truly appreciate everything you do and I'm sure many students here feel the same way. And finally, I would like to thank my parents because of you, I met all these wonderful people and I'm grateful for you guys making me stay in band. That's all. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to be 100% honest. I did not know what a mellophone was coming into my freshman year. When I finally figured out, months later, that it was the one with the really obnoxiously sized bells, my legitimate first thought was, I wonder if they can see anything behind that. Junior year, I got my answer, which was, they can't. So I've learned a lot of band, so in the spirit of knowledge and passing all of it down to youth, I'm just going to briefly go over some of the things I managed to learn in my time at the Berg. All right. Battery low. Great. To open up with freshman year, I learned that if I go to heaven, the only thing I'll do there is eat butter braids, because there really isn't anything better. I learned how to perform the second best dance in band history, which would be the sick bass drop, hokey pokey thing JC did, remember? Sophomore year, I learned how effective a good shakeup could be, because that was the year we actually split competitive and full into 2 bands. That's actually a really good idea. Kudos to the directors on that one. I also learned what heartbreak was like, because that was the year the love of my life, Caleb Adams. He left me for college. And then I also learned the actual best dance in band history. You know the one, Movement 2, Rock and Royal. Junior year, I learned you should always buy mannequin hands when given the chance. Also notable, hey, I learned mellophone. That's cool. That was another good idea. Kudos to me. This year has luckily been just as instructive as years past. I learned that nothing was impossible. Saxes got section of the week, ladies and gentlemen. I learned that there actually isn't any occasion where Hey Baby isn't appropriate. And perhaps, most importantly, I learned just how fantastic all the mellophones are. Seriously, guys, through all the chaos of this year, you guys stay consistently relaxed, laid back, easygoing, and low maintenance. Luckily, there's already a word for that, and it's mellow. Thanks, guys. Close off, I just have a brief haiku, because it is a poem. Ryan O'Meara. Dude, why won't you make our shirts? We are very sad.
All right, well, first off, I don't have my poem on my phone, so I'm going off of memory here. Okay. This really sneaks up on you.
I have it.
Just let it go. Man, I like this.
Okay.
Okay.
What did I do?
So I came into marching band my freshman year, scared out of my mind, thinking the typical, how am I gonna memorize music and steps? Or I'm gonna screw everything up. And it's funny because 4 years later, I still think those same things. But in my 4 years, I've learned several things in marching band. 1, improvisation is key. If your lyre is broken, use duct tape. If you get your bandana for a summer practice, just use an extra pair of shorts that you happen to have on you. Always keep a piece of paper in your pocket to use as coordinates. Number 2, always use the bathroom before game. Saying, I think I can hold it, is not a good idea. 3, befriend the band moms. The band moms are literally your best friends, whether you lost a button to your uniform, spilled something on yourself, or sat in something weird and unknown at a marching band competition. Not only will I not forget those 3 things, I will never forget the people. You will never meet a stranger, weirder group of people in your life, but they become your family. You meet all new friends to create all sorts of memories, whether it's the late night trip to Denny's, #Denny's crew, after a long football game, or it's just having weird sayings in the hallways. Hey buddy. But marching band is also a place where connections are formed. I will never forget my lovely trumpet section. What good times we've had. Having sectionals no one wanted to come to, but I made everyone come to anyways. Speaking of which, I think Sarah still owes us cookies. Remember that section party? Oh, wait. Sorry about that. And the section shirts. Oh, and how could I forget Kevin? You will always hold a special place in my heart. Mikey? Oh, Mikey. So to make it quick, Mr. Bailey, Mr. House, thank you so much for the time you've put into this band program. It's pretty hard dealing with me, so thank you for putting in all the work and all the extra hours. And thank you to the band for always making every year great.
So there has been someone who isn't technically in marching band this year, but he's shown up to all of our rehearsals, and it's been super great with motivating everyone in the band. So I asked Cody to write a poem too. So Cody's
I hope it don't take too long. Music has always run through my family. My grandmothers both played the piano. My dad played an instrument in junior high as well as my sister and my 2 brothers. My sister played the baritone, and my dad, along with my 2 brothers, played the trombone. I'm the only one in my entire family who's played a wind instrument, which is the saxophone. I'm also the only one who's played band in high school. It's funny because I remember when I was in 7th grade, I wanted to quit band. I thought to myself, all I'm doing is playing scales, and this isn't fun. I mean, all of my sisters and my brothers have both quit, so that's a pretty good excuse. So, but for some reason I kept going. I continued to play band throughout my high school career, and so far, I think I made the right decision. I've learned that music is more than just listening to something. To me, it's more than that. One thing I believe that music does is it makes us meet new people. Music's introduced me to some of my greatest friends. To my junior high friends that I play with in band, Mike Hudson, Abby McCory, Jenna Ligdis, Matt Carello. Music has introduced you to my best friend, Bobby Crowley. We actually met in OA volleyball. He was a killer server. But I remember it was freshman year that he decided he wanted to play tuba. He would constantly tell me that he didn't know how to play tuba, what he was doing. Yet through hard work and determination, he has become, in my opinion, one of the best, most hardworking tubas in college summer history. I could list so many other people, like Sarah. Funny story. Me and her thought we hated each other at first because she thought I was mean and I thought she was mean. But the irony of it is that when I thought I met the meanest person in band, I actually met one of the nicest women I've met in my entire life so far. I could list a handful: Natalie, Mike, Mark, all you guys. Including the seniors that graduated: Andrew, Nisha, Johnny Scavo. I could list so many. Music has introduced me to my first crush. I won't say her name, but she graduated last year. The memories I had being with her still give me goosebumps. I remember hearing the voice in the back of my head urging me to go talk to her. I remember her laugh, her smile, and her appearance alone completed my day. Coming to school to see her every day was a privilege. But that's what music does. It appeals to all of our emotions. Whether it's love or hate, happiness or sadness, it makes you want to run, play, laugh, and cry. Though this is cliche, I understand. I feel like it's the cliches that get to us. The memories of being a part of this band will forever be held near and dear to my heart. There will always be tears in my eyes because I know there's nothing in this world and nothing in my power that could ever take me back. I want to tell you all something truthfully. I don't want to play my last concert. I don't want to wear a stupid flower on my chest, nor do I want to see my mother cry. Because I know that when that day comes, when we play our last song, Stars and Stripes Forever, my high school band career is over. I just become another memory. So if you can take one thing from my poem, it's this: make the best of your high school band career. Please do, because you only got one. Life's too short to create drama. It's beneath us and you're above it. Life's too short to feel sorry for yourselves, out, moan, complain, because many people in this world are less fortunate than us who would rather have our problems. I am blessed, and I thank God every day for my friends, my band directors, my music parents, and for the kids I haven't met yet. I pray that we all have successful lives in our futures, and for the Sandburg bands to play on forever. As I leave you, I tell you this: not every day is a sunny day, not every day is going to go my way. That I will still be grateful to be living, breathing, and smiling. Because I believe in what the great Dave Matthews says when he says this: what I want is what I've not got, but what I need is all around me. Thank you.
You got this, David.
You can do it, David.
Wow, so we're actually doing this already. Senior poems. It happens before you know it, and I definitely did not do this at the last second. No. Okay. And next year, you juniors are going to be doing this, and that doesn't seem right at all, because in my mind, you guys are all still little freshmen trying to figure out your left foot from your right foot when you're marching. But yeah, anyway, I realize I can be a little bit sassy or rude at times to some of you people like Iris, who repeatedly asked me to put his name in this poem. Are you happy now? Okay. But despite what I say, I honestly do think you guys are the most awesome people ever, and don't let anyone, including me, tell you otherwise. You're going to rock out there tonight, even if the football team does okay. And you're going to rock everything you do after that. You got a Snapchat from Will Kretzler. Anyway, and because he repeatedly insisted I mention this, Mikey Harms, please do not dent any more sousaphones with your face. Those things are expensive, and that face of yours could do some damage. Anyway, you're all awesome. Show the crowd how marching eagles do it. In this case, it's beating Darth Vader with a wrestler and a bunch of kids on bicycles.
Good evening. In less than an hour, seniors from here will join others from around the school. We will be marching in the largest home football game in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have new meaning to all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty section differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate. Tonight is senior night. We will once again be marching, not in parade or competition, but in celebration of our seniors. We're marching for our right to play, to cheer. And should we win the day, senior night will no longer be known as the last home football game, but as the night when the band declared, in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We are going to play on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our senior night.
Alright, I thought that we were going to show the photos, so it starts a little weird. I hope that the ginger hair in my old photos explains the coloration of my facial hair to everybody. Ooh-wee! Looks like it's that time of my high school career to come to a close. Would you look at that? And what a ride it's been. Back when I was a little kid, I used to think that I would never grow up to do band, but I thought that I could do something different, like play the guitar. But I was never good, so I decided the saxophone's just about as good as the guitar. My 5th grade year, there were more than 60 kids in band. Standing in front of you now are 5 of the remaining 6. Mark, Jake, Mike, Storm, and myself. I'm so glad I've been able to get this far with you guys. Bobby, you weren't in band back there, but boy am I glad that you're here now. Where am I? Storm, sorry about I won't be rooming with you in New Orleans, but now the chances of you getting hit in the face with a Bible as thrown by me are significantly lower. Repent for your sins! No matter whether or not we'll be going to different schools, you and I will always be like Jake and Elwood. Michael Aiden, you think I'm kidding, but come you if I, you and I are gonna fist fight, and Therese and Joan Brown are going to be the judges. No matter what, I will be victorious. Fair enough. And it doesn't matter whether it's a marching event, symphonic band event, or jazz band event, there's always been at least one fan attending, and that's my mom. Even though she's always here at call time, and somehow I'm always late. Thanks for all the support you've given me since you couldn't play an instrument because your brothers and sisters ruined it for you, so you played sports, and the reverse happened with me. Thanks for all the support you've given me. And to my dad, thanks for helping out the band dads a couple times and almost never wearing a blue shirt. Mr. Hillhouse, you showed up late in my high school career, but that doesn't make you any different as a director. Thanks for being a great jazz instructor and helping us make band so fun. Too bad you're really bad at CSGO and you're normie trash. Mr. Bailey, I'm sorry for all the stupidity. Mr. Bailey, I'm sorry with all the stupidity that you've dealt with from me all these past years and all the gray hairs I've given you. But I'm glad that I've been able to have you as a teacher all 4 years. Also, since this group of Saxes broke the 7-year curse, you've actually seen me get really excited for once. Robbie, you aren't a Sax anymore, so that following only half pertains to you. Where is it? To my slaves, this has been a fantastic way to top off my season. You've all been such a great bunch of kids. Kiana, we've got the rest of the year only in Symp 1, so let's make it the best we can. And to all my other friends and companions in band, I'll leave you with this limerick. I'd make my time here longer if I could. Remember, it's always fun to be good. To all those who I knew, I bid you adieu. In the end, we'll all carry on as we should. Thank you.
All right, so of course I procrastinated writing my senior poem. I started it on the band bus today, and I finished it at McDonald's. For years I had no idea what I would say, and here I am still having basically no idea. I guess I just want to say thank you to everyone for making these 4 years as amazing as they have been. I want to thank Andy Bakes especially for finding Stick, the son of Schwitt, who is the sole reason for our curse being broken, and the Sax is finally taking section of the week after 6 years. I thought Tim and I would leave without one single victory. At least we can say we accomplished something in high school. So thank you to my Saxes, Sean, Nicole, and Julia. I love you guys so much, and I'm really going to miss you next year. I promise I'll come back and visit eventually. It's been such an amazing feeling to be part of something as big as our marching band, and thank you, Mr. Bailey and Mr. Hillhouse, for helping me become the person I am today and letting me become part of this huge dysfunctional family.
Yes. Marching band here at Sandburg has been a total blast. It's amazing how quickly these 4 years have passed. To Mr. Bailey, Mr. Hillhouse, and Miss Sarmiento, I say thank you. To my clarinets, you're the best. I'll never forget the bird Laura we buried outside Mr. Milo's room. Along with that creepy Elmo song Casey and Sophia Howdige loved to play constantly. But most of all, I won't forget the constant impressions of my laugh. Thank you. Thank you. Or especially when I broke Michaela's chair. I'm sorry. It didn't support 2 legs, I'm sorry. Oh well. To my fellow seniors, it's been an honor to march with you these past 4 years. We had our ups and downs, some laughs, and not to mention some frowns. But we always persevered, and we conquered Dwight with Rock and Royal, which was a pretty awesome show. I like that one. Along with various other achievements, to the entire band, thank you for making marching band fun and for all the great memories. And let's finish this year strong.
I have some occurrences that I have encountered, but I want to preface them with a thank you to the band for doing you. Thank you to the band moms, especially my mom, and happy birthday. I love you. And thank you to the directors and Miss Sarmiento, wherever she is. And okay, so here are some of the strange things I have unfortunately encountered. They're not all me, so please don't judge me. Hemming your dress with duct tape, it's noticeable even from the balcony. Peeing your pants on the bus on your way to a competition. Making a belt out of paper and Sharpies. Getting hit by a garbage truck and then falling down the stairs and blaming it on your sister. Almost missing the bus to U of I to take a picture with a bear at the expo. Burping while a guest conductor is seriously speaking to the band. Drop kicking your clarinet. Eating butter in class. Making your middle school band director cry or give you a referral for standing or saying thank you, and it ultimately resulting in a breakfast club out in the hall with the entire band. Getting locked in another school's basement, driving past the house with no front, finding feminine products on the ceiling, making an a cappella version of the show and getting asked to leave because it's too much to handle, burying Laura, and always guiding to Jesus.
Instead of sharing a pile of inside jokes or telling you how much band has emotionally means to me, I've decided to share with you the 10 most common phrases heard at band, followed by the 10 weirdest phrases I've compiled over the years. For the most common, why am I here? When can we leave? Time's getting away from us. The far-off sounds of Andy Bake's recorder. Why don't you have your coordinates? Stag is tomorrow. Who's playing arabesque? Break. Where are we? The band room. And one more run. For the weirdest, Josh, you know you kind of resemble a pineapple. My slide phone could beat up your slide phone with its slide closed. Mr. Swanson's shirts make me question my existence. Is that water or spit? Because that just got on my face. It's just a cornrow ponytail. It's not that uncommon. We're officially at rock bottom. Stop cyberbullying me and tell me when your piano recital is. I think I'd rather put a toothpick in my foot and kick a wall. Did somebody say band rehearsal at McDonald's? And the weirdest, this is our last football game.
Move down a little bit.
So, I remember back when we were freshmen, when we were sitting listening to the seniors read their poems, thinking, I've got loads of time before I have to go up there and do that. Now we're seniors, and that's pretty scary. I have yet to wrap my head around the fact that it's the last year of high school, and we all have to move on to the next chapter of our lives next year. And now, all of a sudden, marching band is almost over, and we're at our last regular season football game, and our last U of I competition is in 2 weeks. These 4 years are flying by faster than I ever could have imagined when I was a freshman. And my high school experience has been largely shaped by this band. This is where I've spent so many hours in the hot and the cold, late at night, early in the morning, and the days I really didn't want to go to band. But more importantly, this is where I met my friends, and this is where I have made unforgettable memories, performing at U of I, playing at football games, being grand champions of Dwight, hanging out with my friends, and so many more. To the clarinets, you guys are the best, even though our section tends to have differences of opinion, and we may get on each other's nerves from time to time. You're all great people and great friends, and I'm so happy to have been part of such a special section throughout the past 4 years. Everyone in this band would be nothing without all of you, so thank you. And to my family, thank you for always being there for me and coming to watch us perform. Marching band is what you make of it, and the experiences are irreplaceable. I'm so happy to have been part of the Marching Eagles, but we're not done yet, and there are still memories to be made and experiences to experience, and I can't wait to experience these last few months because just because we're coming closer to the end, the journey's not over yet.
This might be shocking because I never talked during band, but I always thought you guys were my second family, so I'll make this quick. I don't want to cry. I want to thank my best friend, my mom, for always going to the football games with me. My brother, don't forget your bag. And don't make us late for practice again. I also like to thank Mr. Bailey and Mr. Huss for everything you've done for me. And my dad for never going to any of the football games, except this one, so thank you. The clarinet section, even though I never talked to you, I always thought you were a big part of my family. And just, I don't know, the band moms, thank you. Even though I couldn't hang out my uniform until this year. Thank you.
The main question I've had all these years is how could I ever say goodbye to my directors and peers? These years pass by all too fast, and it's hard to believe that this show is officially my last. We were given classic schizophrenia and rocked till we became royals, then were framed in French portraits until we followed the yellow brick road. We roamed the holy soil of Dwight, witnessed the glorious world of M&Ms, and suffered bus breakdowns in possibly every state leading to the East Coast. But the best part about it all is that I had my best friends to enjoy it with the most. Sarah Bear, from our deep talks in gym to our tears of agony in Times Square, just know that our pictures hold memories and I'll always be there. To this day, I still have those heels, and every time I wear them, it hits me right in the feels. To my crazy and fun-loving Nat, thanks for always painting tribal print on my face, for loving me unconditionally, and for never leaving without a trace. You'll always be my bald twin and my cuddle buddy on trips for the win. My ridiculous Abigail, you've never failed to make me smile. Your understanding personality has always made you first to dial. Thanks for your milky skin and hugs every hour. I'll always think of you when I take a 2:38 a.m. shower. My little Grace, after all our precious rehearsal memories, I know it'll be hard to stay, but keep up the good work and just know I'll always be a phone call away. Mike Hudson, sorry you had to put up with all these ladies all these past 4 years, but I'm glad I had you to share my 38% in tears. Sarah Nat, here's to more adventures with Band Geeks and Raspberry Lemonade. Natalie and Ab, let's not forget about Thursday night's eventful parade. To an amazing and hardworking band, although our straight lines become diagonals every time. Forget the distress and push with all that you possess, because if it weren't for you, this year would not be a success. I refuse to say my last goodbye, not because I'd cry, but because New Orleans awaits and will once again make history in the States. So here's to a great season and many more for you. Let's show them what we've got in our final Wizard of Oz debut.
Every rehearsal, I'm asked for the time every 10 minutes. And every time I tell them the time, they get mad at me for how slow time moves. The truth is that we spend most of our time waiting for the sun to go behind a cloud, waiting for it to stop raining, or maybe waiting for it to start, waiting for a water break, waiting for fundamental block to end, waiting for once to be luck and twice to be skill, waiting for the person who always misses the same set to finally get it right, waiting for your friend to turn around and look at you, or waiting for just one person to laugh at your jokes, or maybe waiting for everyone to stop talking, waiting to get a plume, waiting to step off, waiting to stop double timing, waiting to remember what being warm was like, maybe waiting for your joints to dislocate, or waiting for a boring poem to end, waiting to go home, and then waiting to come back and do it all over again. You could think about whatever you are waiting for, or you could focus on why you are here, because when you are done with marching, you will wish that you still had this band to wait for.
My senior poem. It was only yesterday when I was showing up at the first kickoff party. Nobody knew me. I hadn't been to summer sectionals due to summer camp, but the one thing I had to make sure I took advantage of was my new beginning. I didn't know where the entrance door was for practice, and I never remembered my water. From classic schizophrenia to rock and roll, sadly I missed junior year, but instead I got to ride a scooter, which was pretty fun, and now it's my senior year. I watched as the band went from Carl Sandburg, participation, to losing third place at U of I by just less than a point only a year later, and now to be the best family that I know. And as the band matured and grew, I did too. I'd like to think that I came out of my shell by now. I was shy and practically knew nobody when I got here because #Chinley Central. And now I have so many friends that I know I can't live without. I would have never been able to march on and persevere through each step that caused a twitch to my eye, because you know, flat feet and whatnot, without some of my best friends, Sidney Restrillo and Michael Layden. I couldn't have done it without you. And to my section, I love you all so much, and I never thought I'd feel such a heartbreak when it came time to come to my next chapter. I'd like to thank Erica Rasmussen, Julia Mackel, Max Grata, and the creator, Jess Gobley, for creating my nickname. Yeah. There are so many more people I can go on and thank, but I think it would be best to end my poem before next week. Band moms and dads, thank you for everything you have done for us. Mr. Hillhouse and Mr. Bailey, I apologize for every conflict that I've had with swimming and for every time that I've been late to rehearsal. And I would like to thank you for all of your hard work that you put into every hour, every week, every month, every year. I didn't realize how fast high school went by until the first game this year, and I realized that I was a senior. But it didn't mean that much until I remembered I had to finally write this poem. But still, as I read this aloud, I feel like it's not my time to write this yet, because I've always thought up to this point that I need not worry about the date in which this is due, because I was not yet a senior. But I am, and next year I will have new things to look forward to for my senior year in college. There was a time where I heard that we come to rehearsal to learn other people's parts, assuming that we know our own. But not only do we learn their parts, but we learn how much each part is important to each other, and how a piece is not ever right when a part is gone. Of course, each soul in the band is not complete when one is gone. But this is a nest, and I am an eagle, and I know that I will always have a home to come back to.
Freshman year, we were schizophrenic with classic schizophrenia. Sophomore year, we were rocky and rock and royal. Junior year, we went to the play Les Miserables in French portraits. And then senior year, we were on the Olympic road to If Only If I Had. I'm so happy to say that I was part of the Orlando
Orlando Park marching angles. I got to spend every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturdays with my family. I don't know what my life would be about if I did not join Guard. Who know you can meet your best friends in Guard? Michelle, remember that time you made me draw? I still blame you for that.
Oh my god, yes.
And you're welcome for all those rides that I gave you.
Yeah, I still need to pay for that.
Gemma, you're stupid. Sydney Bosco, where are you? Stop falling. Just stop falling. Santanique, you're always Tinkerbell. Abby, don't drink the albino water. Don't drink it. Ashley, are your shoes double knotted?
Yes, they are.
Guard, just do better. I would like to thank Koss in the corner over there for making my 3 years of high school the best. And I'd like to thank Maher for my last year, for being an awesome coach. And I'd like to thank my dad for coming every football game and every competition that we've had, and for also helping out with the band dance. So it's hard to say goodbye, but now it's my time to go.
Okay. As I'm riding the bus to the junior highs ready to perform, yes, I am writing my senior poem now. It brings back memories to wanting to become an Orlando Park marching angle. After seeing a wonderful performance up in the OJ stands, I was then inspired to join Color Guard. I knew Guard was where I belonged the moment I picked up a flag. My first performance was in my 7th grade year on the junior high night. As I looked up in the Sandburg stands performing with these wonderful group of people, I automatically felt at home. I loved Guard. I loved the people. I even loved the band, even though you were a big part of it. You are the band. We're a part of it. But anyways, I totally messed that up. So, and the wonderful music that they played. I even loved coming to practice. That is until I was introduced to drill. I didn't sign up for this, I told myself, the moment I got my new drill charts. Although the sets looked intimidating, I managed to make my way around the field without dying. Number 1 rule in Guard, don't die. Although band may seem like a bunch of hard work, we made so many wonderful memories, from slipping and sliding in the rain, to competing in march-offs, to almost falling on everyone in the amoeba races. Marching band is probably the best activity I have joined. I've made many new friends, best friends, and even best booties. Dylan Mardonian. Now for shout-outs. To Lindsay. Boy, oh boy, do I have a story to tell you. Oh my god. No. To Shelly. Thanks for whispering uncomfortably in my ear in a strange, manly voice.
You're welcome.
To the Color Guard. Hustle bunnies! To the band. Thank you for all the wonderful memories. This isn't goodbye, it's simply see you later. Hey band! Netflix and drill later?
Congratulating Dwight Chance and ending with New Orleans, learning how to guard, then finally Maher got her keys. Abby, I appreciate you, and Natalie too. Lauren, never forget to say what you need to say. Mikey Harms, we only say hey. Thank you to all that have dealt with my sass. It's amazing how these years go by so fast. And as Dr. Seuss once said, and will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% chance guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So be your name Boxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai, Alley, Van Allen, O'Shea. Today is your day, your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
I'm the last one! Yay! I wrote something, but I don't feel like reading it, so I'm just gonna go into all the inside jokes that no one cares about. Lauren, close your oven. Santanique, how's Miami and Malibu doing? Abby, what are you doing? What are you? Hello, Cassandra. To Paul, where's Paul?
Paul, where's Paul? Paul, hi Paul. You know, it was my favorite day of band this year when Paul came up to me and he was just like, oh my God, guess who's not a shadow anymore? I was like, yes. All the great things. When I made Lindsay drop because when I caught my quad on Saber, I was like, oh my God, yes, go me in the middle of a competition. What else? Oh yeah, well, Kelly driving me to Walmart so I can pick up my glasses so I can see now. Also, me losing my glasses sophomore year on the U of I field during movement 1, so I spun the entire thing without being able to see. And then when we got to movement 4, they were right next to me in my last drill set, so I was like, yeah. And then, yeah, I wrote like a bunch of emotional stuff, but I'm not really feeling it right now. Oh, Abby, the albino water. The albino water. I said that. No, you suck at. Anyway, back to the emotional stuff. Joining this was really the best decision I've ever made because of everyone here, everyone over there, everyone over here, Kat, Murray, Miss P, all the people, and I don't know, I guess I'm gonna have to end it with the phrase that I still do not 100% believe, but I will still say it anyway. Once is luck and twice is skill.